This video, oh my god, almost like in France. Pastry with Pears wine butter and almonds on top. So let's start. Hey everyone, so in this video, beautiful pear rolls with the almonds, wine, a little bit French style, that going to remind you a little bit of sitting outside on the terrace in a coffee shop or like a boulangerie in Paris. Let's start by prepping the dough. After that, we're going to make the filling of the rolls, shape it, let it proof, very nice, and after bake it. We're going to start, as usual, as every recipe that I'm making with pastry, especially working with yeast, we need to activate it and give it a small kick and boost. So, yeast, water, I'm going to put all the water, add the yeast, sugar. We're going to have a touch of salt here, so make sure you're not, make the mistake. Otherwise, you're going to kill the yeast. Yeast doesn't like salt. So, a little bit sugar and 2 touches of flour. Beautiful. Mix everything together very well and at the side. Let it proof, let it activate. As usual, we're looking for the foam on top. Now, dry ingredients. We're going to start flour, AP flour, all purpose, and bread flour. A little bit for the extra protein in it and for the strength of the gluten. A mix of them both together. You have all the ingredients and the method of cooking in the description below. But you have also here and there tips, so give it a thumbs up and let's continue. Here we're going to give a pinch of salt to a little bit break the sweetness in the end of the bite. Lemon zest. I'm usually using another small tip. If you are used to squeeze lemons into the salad, zest them before and freeze all the zest. After that you can use this zest in pastries. Very nice. If you're looking for something fresh, like fresh lemon zest, it's a little bit different. This you better to zest fresh. But for pastries, frozen one, you're not going to feel so much of the difference and it still gives you the lemon flavor. So all the lemon zest, half of the sugar, make sure to keep it aside, and now we're going to mix it. Create a hole in the middle. To it we're going to add vegetable oil, 1 egg for the richness, and milk. And what do we have left? The yeast. All the yeast, when you see that it's actually puffed, see all the foam, very nice. We're going to add all of it and start mixing it, incorporating everything together. Bring in a little bit by a little bit from the sides. Beautiful. When you have a rough shape, start bringing the flowers to the middle. And when you have a nice shape of a dough, move to a different table. You saw how fast it was, yeah? Power of editing. So, put it on the table, yeah? And now we're going to start actually kneading it for about 4 to 5 minutes to actually develop the gluten. If it's going to start stick to your hand, don't use flour. Use a little bit of vegetable oil on your hands, like the same thing we used to do in bread making, and it's going to be perfect. But make sure to knead it at least for 4 to 5 minutes. Create like a type of ball, yeah, to seal everything under, and we're going to put it into a bowl, yeah. Usual stuff. Vegetable oil, a little bit into the bowl, a little bit on the dough, yeah. Put it inside, cover it, very nice, and cover the bowl. We're going to let it proof for at least like 50 minutes, 1 hour. Very nice. We're looking for a very puffed one, just in the oven and just with the light on. Meantime, we're waiting for the dough now to rest and rise and pour for the first time, develop all the flavors, I'm going to give you another tip. If you want to make it even extra better, make the dough a night before. Let it pour for the first time in the fridge overnight, develop the sourness, the flavors and everything overnight, and after that it's going to be much better. Now we're going to start work on the filling itself. So, beautiful Forelle, pears, very nice. So, a lot of sweetness in them, and we're going to use also the skin. You can peel them, but in my opinion, you have like 45% of the flavor in the skin. So, anyway, we're going to puree it. So, blade it or something if you have a food processor or food hand blender that I'm going to show you. And it's going to give much more flavor. So, don't lose the flavor. So, we're going to cut them. And we're going to put them in a bowl when they're all cut. And yes, I changed the bowl. I know it was small, so what I can tell you. All the rest of the sugar, we're going just to put it on top and mix it. Small pinch of salt also, just for the. My suggestion for the pears, at least 10 to 15 minutes, give them to sit with the sugar and marinate. You can add also like different type of liquors if you prefer, or vanilla extract, vanilla bean, something like that. But I want to really bring in this pastry, the pears. This is the flavor, and with a wine, like white wine pears, oh my god. And if you combine it with pastry, phenomenal. So pan 8 out of 9. We really want to heat up the pan. If you're making a bigger portion, you can use a pot, but I prefer to do it in a pan. You actually sauteing it, you actually caramelizing all the sugar that comes from the pears and the sugar itself in the combination. You finish it with the butter, the wine, just for the kickness, you know, to give it an extra push. The grapes, the flavor, very nice. So when the pan nice and hot, just the pears, no oil, no nothing. You don't need to add something here. So just stir it a little bit, don't toss it. Let all the juices that are mostly water evaporate, create a type of caramel on the bottom. Then we're going to start toasting them and actually roast them. Beautiful, you can see already the color starting to come. And by the way, almonds already roasted, like 50% doneness. You can give it the 100%, but they're going to burn if you're going to put them on top, and they're already roasted in the oven. So usually what I'm doing, 50% roast, half, like most of it, 3/4 will go into the filling to have all actual flavor of almonds also in the filling, and the rest of it for decoration on top, and they're going to finish getting their color in the process of baking. So those ones are done. When you see a nice color on the, starting to develop a nice color on the pears, a little bit wine. Now, we don't have wine, we just have the caramel here. So we want to bring everything to a beautiful exact point. So the rest of the butter. That's it. Take it out, let it chill. We're going to blitz it. We're using a hand blender mixer or like food processor. And I suggest you keep some of them like a little bit more chunky. Oh my god, when you have the actual bites of the pears. Let's take the dough out, roll it, and start rolling it. Beautiful. When you have like a square shape that we actually can roll after, let's put the pears. Now some of the almonds, and let's start rolling it. Just roll it and pull it back a little bit. So it's going to be tight and very nice. Let's cut it and organize them on a tray. Beautiful. We're going to let them poof now in the oven again with a wet towel on top of them for about 40 minutes. Then we're going to preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius, brush them with the egg yolk and put some of the almonds on top and bake them. 12-15 minutes until they're golden, nice and very hot. So, let me tell you this way. To have it a little bit more crunchy, but still like type of coarse one and very nice in flavor, take it out of the oven, let it rest for 5 minutes. Now, I have a thing for maple syrup also. We're here in Canada, you know. So, a little bit maple syrup to give it a nice glaze and color and more flavor. Very nice. We fill the almonds inside, the almonds outside, the filling. Very good. So, if you like this one, give it a thumbs up, first of all, and let me know in the comments below what you think about it. And if you want to see something different, also in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Andrei, this is ThinkOFood.